Let's dive into the unique advantages that make this career so appealing. Discover the top advantages of being a software engineer. High salary and benefits. It's almost no secret that software engineering roles are pretty good paid in terms of the beginner salary. It could be within 50 to 90,000 a year, whereas a mid-range falls median between 100,000 to 150 and more. And of course, the senior roles and the bigger the companies, the salary goes up to 200 and 300 a year with the bonuses and the packages and stocks and options. Of course, these numbers are pretty much different between Canada and US and other countries and even states and the cities itself. But nevertheless, it's clear that it's pretty well-paid job where with the experience of from 2 years and up, you can fall already for that mid-range salary. And most important, the benefits. Most of the software engineering companies actually providing you a pretty good package, whether it's a basic medical insurance benefits or it's something on the top. Even the package of the insurance is pretty good. It's pretty lucrative. Of course, there is other benefits on the top, like wellness benefits, sport coverage for your gym, some nice things at the office, entertainment-wise, like consoles and table tennis. Even in the year 2024, the role of the software engineer is pretty in a high demand. If you compare it to any other industry, the benefit from my point of view is in a high demand because there's so many industries, so many startups popping up, and everywhere you go, whatever you need to get as a service, you usually need a software, which then converts to the service. And to build that software or service, you need a lot of engineers. Software engineer roles are more easily adapted to switching the jobs, even in case of them being laid off. For example, if you made a career in a company in a different role and you grew your salary pretty high, and then if you lost that job, getting the same salary in a different company will be pretty tough. While with a software engineer, it's almost like switching the job while you have an existing job. It gives you a really good advantage in terms of getting a next job being not worse than your previous one in the normal market conditions. Another great benefit, working remotely and hybrid in some companies and having this freedom and work-life balance while you're working remotely. I myself been working remotely for over 5 years as a front-end software engineer. You can do a lot of stuff. You can save a lot of time. People since pandemic felt that pretty well, even though most of the companies dragging people back to the office, especially the big ones. Some of the companies, and specifically for the software engineer, there is exclusions where most of the time, even the company is a hybrid or going to the office, software engineers can work remotely up to 90% or up to 100% of the time. That's because the type of the role doesn't require you to be in the office. And there's many companies distributed across the globe. Doesn't matter for them to be even in one city or country or even in one time zone. Another thing I love with the software engineering, it's a less operational job. You have most of your time where you work on your own without interacting with somebody. I myself worked previously in more operational jobs where it was infrastructure support or customer support and customer facing roles. And in comparison, software engineering role is so much different. You usually be giving a task, a job for around 2 weeks, and it's usually on yourself to control how quickly and how effectively you finish that task. So technically, you can be very flexible. You can work evening times, morning times, daytime, whatever time you want. And once you've done with your work, you're basically free. So nobody is standing behind your shoulder and checking. It's a lot of freedom and you're not bugged with somebody constantly. Yeah, another great perk is no dress code. Literally, when some companies say, hey, our company has no dress code policies, and we are talking about other industries, not software engineering, they usually mention that, but still when you come to the office, when you cannot come in shorts and t-shirt, right? You want to be looking like a human being, putting at least jeans underneath and some nice sneakers, and making your hair and other stuff. But what it gives you actually, especially if you're working from home, and especially for the software engineer roles, nobody expects you to look really, really nice. You are not customer facing most of the time, 99% of the time. The casual no dress code thing is so much freedom on your budget and on yourself and on your personal time. You don't have to prepare them, you don't have to iron them, and it's your freedom. You will look exactly how you want to look, which is more comfortable for you and not for somebody else. That's a small but very advantageous benefit, in my opinion. Software engineering is such a great industry where the technologies you'll be working with is constantly evolving and it's improving. And with that, you have a constant learning and interacting with the new stuff, because you're always facing new challenges, new interesting things to solve. It keeps your job fresh and not way too much boring when you actually do the same stuff across the years, year over year. Almost any industry requires software engineer in a certain amount. And with that, you have such a variety where you can actually be working in such different companies, in different industries, and very interesting problems to resolve. A bonus benefit is side projects or side hustling. Most of the developers, when they mature and they getting more experience, they feel they can do more while they're working full time. So they're starting their mini projects, they're building their own apps. It's called indie hacking, or you can call it whatever you want, solopreneuring. On your free time, on the evenings and the weekends, you can build up your own app, which will be resolving some issue and which will be automating some stuff. And that can then grow into from the small side project to the real business, to the real startup, which can bring you money. And then later you can basically pivot from your role if you feel that this is coming as a big thing, and you can go and do that full time. Of course, it's a rare case, but it's a nice to have that as option available to you. And you do that if you're feeling right. So which advantage of being a software developer excites you the most? Drop in the comments and let me know. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos about development industry and software engineering in general. Stay tuned. Bye.